Hey, my mom's on here. Hey, mom. Juanita la más bonita. My live here. All right, let's see. Connecting, connect. Anna, how are
Hi.
you?
Is it bad with my headphones?
No, yours is good. Mine was
Oh,
sounding crazy.
that's because you got it at Mercadito. You gotta get the
Yeah, que vamos
real
a traer
ones.
la pulga. Hold on. Bad.
Okay, now I can hear you.
Does it sound okay?
Yeah, it sounds good.
Okay, I'm gonna try my other one on. Hold on. Talk to me.
Wow. Maybe they are real.
Eh? My mom's on here, so watch your mouth.
Oh, okay. Perdón,
Not
señora.
you, me. Señora,
Oh.
she gonna beat you up. Ella es señorita Juanita, la más bonita. ¿Ondas, mom?
Eh.
Saluda. All right, awesome. Hey, everyone, can you guys give me a thumbs up if my AirPods are good, and we'll get this started. We'll get this rocking and rolling. All right, thumbs up, thumbs down, guys. What do you guys hear on your end? Let's see here. Let me get some hearts for Anna for having her come on here. Saludcito. Mom, are you still on here? Mom. That's right. My mom's on here. Y'all better be careful. There she is. Juanita Sanchez, la más bonita. Hey.
Oh, there she is.
There we go. All right then. So Anna, let's get started. And then so first of all, I'm gonna allow you to tell my story and tell everyone what's going on. Let's just be honest. Let's be raw with people. Tell them what happened and how you were able to help me.
Sure. So when you came to me, your
Yep.
taxes were a mess. And I say that in the most, in the nicest way possible. So
Right.
essentially what happened is you were running all your rental income through an S corp, which is something that if you talk to other real estate CPAs, that is not never a good idea. So we had to go back all the way to 2017, amend every 2017, 2018, and do the correct one in 2019, so that the S corp did not have your rental income.
Right.
So we went back, amended that, but we had the S corp now. The way we set you up is that we had the S corp now become a management company. Since this is your full-time job. Now, this isn't for everybody, right? Because at the end of the day, everybody's strategy is a lot different. So just what I'm saying, I want
Tax
to
strategy, guys, is what she's saying.
correct.
You have to
Yes.
strategize your taxes. Go for it.
Yeah, it's different for everybody. So this is just your situation. And essentially what we did is we created an S corp so that the S corp is the property management. Essentially, you are the manager of all the companies, and all the rental income would now flow into your Schedule E. Now,
Okay.
the other issue that happened was that even when they ran your rental income to your S corp, it was all pooled at once. So it said, for example, throwing numbers out, it said your income was $100,000. It didn't even break it out by property. So your bank was like, what the hell is this? Like, how much money do you make? So now every Schedule E has its own property with its own rental income. So now tell us the good news. Did you get approved or you became bankable?
I became bankable. My
Yes.
application got approved for refi for my rental property that I'm actually in cahoots with my mom, who's on here. And we have the appraisal coming in next Wednesday. So Anna was able to make me bankable to where I can get money. So I had a lot of money stuck in real estate, but I wasn't able to touch because I wasn't bankable. So sure, my properties were super profitable. Anna was even surprised on some of the things she saw,
Yeah.
but she was like, wait a minute, how come you can't like keep buying? And I was like, well, I'm stuck. And she's like, well, why? Got into our taxes. And she's like, oh, I see. Like the bank doesn't know what you're telling them. You can be telling a story, but if your bank doesn't see it on paper, it's irrelevant.
Correct. At the end of the day, that's the other biggest thing. What is your tax strategy, right? Because real estate does give you losses on paper, which helps your taxable income. But what is your strategy? If your strategy is to continue buying, we need to
Right.
make sure that that's what shows on your tax return. So when the bankers or hard money lenders see it, that's what it's going to reflect. Because at the end of the day, even if you stash cash for whatever reason, they're like, I don't give a shit. I just want to, I don't care. I just want to know what's on your tax return, right? So
Exactly.
it's super important to know your strategies because that will determine what your taxes are going to be. So
Exactly.
it has to be, it's like specifically tailored by individual by their strategy.
The young retiree by 33. What up, my boy? Just saying, shout hi to him real quick. So yeah, so okay, so if you guys are just tuning in, Anna is my personal CPA. She is someone that joined my mastermind. That's pinned down at the bottom, and she kind of listened to my talk and was like, okay, that's awesome, that's really really good. And then we talked a little bit later because I found out that she was a CPA, and she was like, yeah, I'll take a look at your stuff. And then like she was like, okay, it's a mess. There's a reason you're not bankable. There's a reason you can't invest again. So I asked her to come on here live and explain how I was not bankable because my taxes were set up in a way that didn't accurately reflect me as an investor. It reflected who I am, but it didn't reflect, my income correctly as an investor. So as an investor, banks want to see cash flowing. They don't just want to see cash coming to you or money coming to you, and then you taking a big old deductible, and then like, okay, you actually didn't make any money because you did every deductible known to man. But the problem there was they didn't know what property was good, what property was bad, which one was actually cash flowing, if one property was holding up all the other properties. Like, I get that now, but back then I was like, well, who cares? They just want to make money. Like, that's all they care about. But that wasn't it, right, Anna?
Correct. They really are looking to see your taxes at the end of the day. When you go to banks and other people, I mean, I can attest for this, they're going to look at what your tax return says. And if you're not bankable, like you did, you are not going to get qualified for a refi or a new loan. So
Nothing.
again, I can't stress enough the importance of a lot of people start real estate investing and said, I don't see the value in a CPA, right? And that's where the issue is with us as CPAs, not showing our clients the value. They go to like El Señor down the road or like H&R Block, which those places I'm not knocking. They're great. If you have a W-2 and that's all you have, go to them because they're more affordable than a CPA, right? But when you actually see the value in a CPA, that's when it starts being like, oh, wow, it makes a huge difference. Another difference, not only on that, it's the tax laws change constantly. So having a real estate CPA who knows, who's up to knowing exactly what's going on with the new tax laws and everything, it's going to help. It's going to make you guys understand the laws, but at the same time, you don't have to understand them. I just have to tell you what to do. Like, hey, make sure your invoices are detailed. Make sure this. At the end of the day, I'm going to take care of the rest.
Right. So that's what I loved about Anna. Anna was
get charged.
Real quick, shout out to Nerds Guide to Wellness. She's awesome. Shout out to a couple other people on here that I really like. I'm not going to scroll all the way through, but primo, necesitas más luz, te ves muy oscuro. Oh my gosh, look, my family's throwing shade and everything. Let me see if I can get closer to this.
No, this is hard. They need to make live on like on the computer.
That's right. So the young retiree just said, I just switched CPAs this year, and I can honestly say I don't know much about my returns. But he managed to get me $950 back from last year, purchased one property, and had a house hack going up. See, that's the importance of having a good CPA, guys. A good CPA is going to not only see Anna went back 3 years to help me with my situation. You don't want a CPA that's not going to answer or call you back. You don't want one that's just looking to get paid and then see you next year. Anna won't even take you on as a client if you're not willing to put in, the time to communicate with her, right? Whether it's every 3 months, every whatever, because she wants to see you succeed, and that's how she's going to keep clients. So Anna is my personal CPA. She helped me out a lot to make me bankable again. And I asked her to come on here live to kind of explain to everyone how important a tax strategy is even before you start investing in real estate. See, I get this question all the time, Anna. People will say, hey, Felipe, I don't need a CPA yet, right? I don't have one property, but I want to. So, and then I'm like, you need a CPA the moment you thought about investing in real estate. Tell them why, Anna.
Yes, because you just need to know that things are different. A lot of people who start in real estate know the path to financial freedom. So they know that. They're like, this is going to get me there. But not having a good CPA lead you in that path can cost you thousands and thousands of dollars. And sometimes it might be too late. But I think the biggest thing is just realizing the value of having a CPA. Like education is key. Just like you are investing in a lawyer to create your operating agreement because you have a partner, you need a CPA who's going to help you and tell you, hey, this is what you need to do. I'm not going to go and do the plumbing in my rental property because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I see the value in hiring a plumber. I don't see it as an expense. If you see things as an expense, to me is going and buying a shirt. That's an expense. I didn't need it, right? But it's the value when I see if people go and buy, why do they buy Gucci purses? Because they see the value in it, right? So you gotta see, there you go, your fake Gucci, or maybe your real Gucci.
Dang.
No, just kidding. Well, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
those are the things that you see the value that you're like, I'm willing to spend X amount of money on this. And at the end of the day, it's a piece of like my peace of mind. That's how I say it. Like you know that if you get a letter from the IRS, my team and I are going to be there for you if something were to happen. If we make a mistake, then we'll fix it, right? That's human, but it's the peace of mind.
sure. So everyone get out your pens and paper real quick. Anna, write down in the comments your Instagram as well as your information, how people can get in touch with you, so that you guys can talk to Anna about getting your taxes done. She does do it all over the country. I don't think she's just to her
Yeah.
state. So that is her Instagram there, and your phone number or your personal cell or your email or
Definitely not my personal cell. You guys can go on my Instagram and there is a schedule with me. So how do I get rid of like the comments? Help me out. I'm old. I don't know how to do that.
No, they're gonna get it from there. They're gonna
Okay,
get
they
it from
got
there.
it.
Yep, you're good.
Okay.
Yep, they're gonna get it from there.
So there is a 20-minute free consultation. You can just click on the book me on my page or go to my website and you can just book with me and we'll have a 20-minute consultation and see if it actually makes sense to work together. That is the biggest thing.
That's true.
There was another
Go ahead.
question on here that said, do you do tax segregation? Jersey Dre. So tax cost segregation is huge. So here's how my team works, right? We are good at tax planning and tax strategies and tax preparation. When it comes to cost segregation, 1031 exchanges, operating agreements, we outsource to the experts. We are not going to pretend to know what we're doing and things that we don't know. So I help you get in touch with the experts. They do the cost segregation, which is crazy because I just had one client do a cost seg. It was $450 and it saved him like $3,000. So cost segregations are huge. We just, outsource it to the experts because at the end of the day, that's what we want to do.
Okay. So now I'm going to give you permission, Anna, and go ahead and talk about what we're going to do going forward for me as a tax plan. So we know now how you fixed it. And if you
Mm-hmm.
don't know, just go back in this live and rewind it. It was more towards the beginning. But at this point, Anna, go ahead and talk about what strategy we're going to do going forward to not only keep me bankable, but able to purchase properties going forward.
So in your case, again, this is very specific. Do not
Yeah,
take this as everybody
exactly.
should do it. I just, me
Tax
like,
strategy for Felipe.
yes. In your case, what we did is we created a new LLC to have all of your rental income, okay? But we kept the S corp so that it's the management company for the rentals. Therefore, you became an employee of the S corp. You will now receive a W-2, and the income and the expenses are going to go from one LLC to the other. So the S corp is now charging the LLC for the management of that you're creating. So therefore, now we're reducing your taxable income, giving you a W-2, but that's actually going to show income as a W-2 if you want to, go to the bank and say, here's my W-2. You now have a set W-2.
Cool. So let me ask you this, because I know some people are, and I'm only doing this because I'm from the podcast I've learned. People are going to want to, I'm thinking of the questions that people are going to ask as you're talking. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show a W-2 now, right? Let's say it's 50
Mm-hmm.
grand. Let's just say 50,000. So the rest of the money from the companies, I still can prove to the bank that the companies are profitable and I'm profitable. Every house is still cash flowing, and they're going to be able to put all that together as one picture. They're not just going to say, oh, Felipe's company's made 100 grand, but he only made 50. No, they're going to say Felipe made 50. His company here made 100. His other company made 80. Whatever the case may be, right? And then they're going to be able to add that together or whatever and say, okay, Felipe meets requirements to purchase more rental property. Is that about right?
Correct. Yeah. Yes, kind of. It gets more complicated with the banks, but yes,
I'm
you know,
dumbing it
and
down.
yes, exactly. So at the end of the day, they're going to look at all the income and they're going to say, this is great. You're actually bankable. You have a set, a set W-2. Your rentals are making money. And then the S Corp is also making money. But it's just a strategy, A, for banks, but two, to pay the least amount of taxes. Like that's my goal because I tell clients all the time, like, you know who writes these laws? There aren't poor
Really?
people in
No.
the Senate and Congress. It's the wealthy who invest in real estate who are writing these laws. And it's us, the losers. If we're not playing the game, we're losing 100%.
You
So
can't
either,
play against them. You might as well join them.
exactly. So either you're losing or you're
You
winning.
join the
And
team,
you're
yeah.
joining the team. And I'm here to join the team. I am here to pay my fair amount of taxes. I will never do anything illegal, right? Everything is fair, but I'm also going to do all the loopholes possible that
And they're
those
not
people are
loop. They're
doing.
not. I don't think they're loopholes, Anna. I think they're playing by the rules that are put before you. If there's a rule that says I can write off the underwear that I wore to the meeting, I'm going to take advantage of that. It's not considered a loophole. It's me following the rules. If
It's
Uncle Sam says, "Hey,
exactly,
Felipe, do this," then I'm going to do it, and I'm going to take advantage of that.
exactly.